Hi there, and thank you for joining us on our reflexology training video today. We're going to go straight into the procedure itself with our client, starting on the client's right foot. So always start on the right of our client. So we're just going to massage in our medium, whether it's oil or whether we're using cream or whether we prefer to use talc. Just make sure that you've got really good coverage on the client's foot, underneath their foot, around their toes, around their ankle and their lower leg as well. So we're going to start with thumb walking or caterpillar movement across the foot into the centre, and then we're going to do pressure point rotations with our thumb, and then we're going to caterpillar or thumb walk again. So as you can see, all I'm doing is just bouncing my thumb backwards and forwards to the area that I'm working over, turning to do some pressure rotations, and caterpillar back across. So you can do these movements in 3 to 6s depending on how long your treatment is or how thorough a treatment you're performing. So you can see that my left hand is always supporting the client, and now I've moved and turned my thumb up the way, and we're doing caterpillar walking. This is over the throat area here. I'm not going to go through what each area is. Please do refer to your coursework for that. This is more about the movements and the positioning. So it might be a good idea to watch this video whilst you've got your coursework to hand, so you can see specifically which area we're working on at that time. But again, we're thumb walking around the lower part of the client's big toe, making sure to go from one end to another, and I'm turning my thumb, still supporting with my left hand, and thumb walking up the client's big toe. So their big toe represents them as a person from an emotional point of view. It represents them as an individual. And we're making sure when we're covering these areas to be really thorough and really cover from one side to another. Don't miss any area out. So next we're going to do finger walking between the toes. So this time I've changed my pressure to come from my index finger, and I'm working up one side of the toe, separating it very gently, down the other side of the toe, and doing a press with my thumb and my finger either side of the foot, and then back up and round the second toe, which from an emotional point of view is your unconditional love toe. You've then got the middle toe, which from an emotional point of view would be your happy thoughts, and press there. And then from an emotional point of view, your fourth toe would be your communications toe, and a press and release, and then finger walking over the little toe, which represents family, friends and relationships. Now, not everybody will want to work on the emotional side of reflexology, but I do advise it because not everything is physical with a client that you might find. So now what I'm doing is thumb rotations, large circular thumb rotations. This is the shoulder area, so we very commonly tend to find a lot of crunching, a lot of knots in this area, or lots of crystals. And this is just a blockage in the meridian, showing you that the client may have concerns with their shoulders. So nice firm pressure on the feet, because remember a lot of clients do get ticklish feet. So we want plenty of pressure. So again, hand to support, and this time I'm doing finger walking down the outer side of the foot. This is the spinal area on the client. And then I'm thumb walking back up. You can finger walk up and thumb walk down, however you're comfortable. This is just more of a positioning thing for you and how you feel comfortable. So finger walking down. And remember, you're working in sections of 3 to 6, which I'm not doing today if this is just demonstration purposes, but for your treatment you would work in sections of 3 to 6. And always making sure that you've got full support of your client's foot as well. When we get to the top, we're going to lift our finger over, and this time we're going to finger walk down the outside. down the instep, sorry. And then we're going to thumb walk back up again, making sure we've got that client's foot in support. And again, in sections of 3 to 6. Now we're going to start working on the midsection of the foot. So we're going to split the foot in half for this section, and we're only going to thumb walk to the halfway point. And release, come back down, thumb walk to that halfway point, release, and to that halfway point again. And then we're going to alternate with our other thumb. So again, coming across just to that halfway point, press and release, thumb walk into the halfway point, press and release, and one final time. Now we're going to alternate our thumbs back and forth across the foot, which is working on the lower digestive system. So we're working the whole way across the feet this time rather than just that centre line. And then down onto the reproductive system, we're going to thumb walk around the heel. And then we're just going to do circular thumb rotations. So I've just moved my hand of support there to show you. Okay, so thumb walking round. And just to show you, obviously normally you keep your hand there for support, but thumb rotations. Then I'm going to place my client's foot out the way slightly, and again I would normally be supporting here, but just so that you can see on the video, I'm going to separate my my index finger and my ring finger, and then place my middle finger in between the two and do circular rotations. This area is around the bladder and it's normally quite puffy, so it's a lot easier to see. And you can do a mirroring position on the other side, where you place your index and your ring finger down, and then you place your middle finger in between and do circular rotations. Next, what we're going to do is thumb walk over the ankle and back again. And then sliding our hand up the foot, we're going to do pinches in between the toes. And again, nice firm pressure to break down any blockages in these meridians. And then we're going to effleurage to finish on that foot. And then we're going to come and work on the other side, which will be sent to you in a separate video on the left hand side of the client. So thank you very much for watching.